Welcome to the Self-Awareness and Self-Compassion Podcast, formerly known as the Full Spectrum Feeling Podcast. I'm your host, Blaise Schwaller, life coach, mom, and former tattoo artist. I help people heal their past, speak their truth, and love the lives that they're living now. Join me here every week for conversations on how to live an imperfect but fully engaged life that embraces all the feels so that you can stretch into your best life while enjoying the you that's here right now. What does recharging your batteries mean to you? I've had a lot of conversations lately about stress, burnout, tiredness, overstimulation, and just the need to be able to get to a place where you can take in more stuff. So most of us have just been consuming a lot. So let's talk about that first. We are consuming podcasts, TV, Instagram feeds, the news, feedback from our coworkers, our boss, our business. Just there's constantly a flurry of ideas and visual stimulus and just mental clutter just flying at us from all directions. And it's funny, as I'm saying this, I'm picturing just someone in a kitchen filling up pots and pans with just stuff and chucking it at my head and being like, no, dodging it and being like, God, there's just so much coming at me. And I think that's what a lot of us feel like on a day-to-day basis, is there's a lot of demands. We have to show up and get a lot of things done. We feel like we have a sense of duty to show up and do it because we want our lives to go well and we care about the people in our lives. And that's, without a doubt, important. We want to do it. And of course, we'll do anything to make that happen. And yet, it's exhausting, it's tiring, it's hard to keep up with, and we all recognize that we need to take care of ourselves in order to take care of others. We all still have trouble doing it, though. So this podcast is about recharging those batteries, what it means to refill your cup. So I don't know about you, but I'm tired of hearing the thing about you can't pour from a cup that's empty, or you need to fill your cup first and then it'll overflow. And it's a beautiful sentiment and it's a beautiful imagery. And it's just really annoying because we all know it. And if we could do it in an easier way, we already would be doing it, right? So we don't want to hear about the stupid cup anymore. We just, we wish we could turn the tap on, I guess is what it is. We're like, yeah, I want to fill my cup, but there's no water. I think that's the problem that most people are having. Or I go to the well, but the well is fucking empty. It's empty, Blaise. What the hell? And I can't fill my cup, but yet everyone's still asking more of me. They're asking for more creativity. They're asking for more time. They want more hugs. They want more everything. They want me to listen to them. And I don't want to listen to them because I'm so tired and all I do is listen. And I feel that in my body, in my bones. Honestly, even my eyelids are oh my God, yes, I'm so tired. I just, yes. Honestly, the whole world just needs a goddamn nap. We just need some sleep. We're all very tired. We've been working very, very hard. And when you get to the point where you've been working so hard and you're so tired that you actually can't even sleep. So there's the point where you work to exhaustion and you find that you just do pass out and you don't even know how it happened. But then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm on my chair, on the floor, there's drool. How did this happen? But most of us are in the segment that's just before that, where you're so tired and exhausted that you can't think straight. If that's even a thing, your thoughts are all jumbled. And you're like, man, I wish I could have a coherent idea, but what was I thinking about again? You want to lay down and go to sleep, but it's your brain keeps cycling, the We Don't Talk About Bruno song. And you just oh my God, please shut up. I'm so tired. I just want to sleep, but I'm just singing in canto songs. Why can't I sleep? And I think that's where the majority of people that I meet these days are living. We're just needing a break for us, not a break for our kids, not a break for our friends, not a break for our spouses or our workers or our businesses. We just all around need to stop. And we are afraid. We're afraid that if we stop, that the whole thing falls apart, that we might not ever get back on our wheel again. And we're like, but the wheel needs to turn or things don't turn. And then there's no food and there's no money and there's no house and all the stuff. So like we have a lot of ways to torture ourselves into believing that like there's no possible way for us to take a few minutes. And I think this comes from, when you take too long to give back to yourself, you are afraid that if you stop and actually give yourself what you need, that you'll just walk away forever or not be able to get back to what you were doing. And I would ask you, like, what if that's a good thing, though? What if it doesn't need to be the same way that it's been this whole time? Because the way it's been this whole time is actually what's bringing you to this crazy breaking point. That's definitely something going on in society right now, is we're all tired. We all need each other very much, and all of us are too tired to give to each other very much most of the time. We all just want a hug and for things to just work better. Like, why can't daycare and people supporting each other be a thing? Why can't there be better healthcare? Why can't we all just be healthy? And can't the pandemic be over by now? Come on. Like, when can we just, we think like, can we have our lives back? But I actually wonder, I'm like, I don't think we had our lives back when we thought we did. I think we were working just as hard. We just didn't have as many opportunities for life to throw us in our face where it wasn't working. And now where it isn't working has become very apparent. And, we're fed up. We don't want things really to go back the way they were. And we don't really want them to stay the way they are now either, because it's impossible. So we're all looking for a sense of caring about humanity, about people, about the planet. Like, we just want to be allowed to care about each other in a human way. And I think that's going to have to start with us. We're going to have to learn how to fill the well, or to give the well a chance to fill back up. And that comes through pauses. It comes through silence. It comes through unplugging. It comes through getting off the wheel and allowing, like a well can't fill up if you're constantly pulling out of it. Of course it's empty. Or the tap can't run if you've just had it running forever and like the well runs out. Like, where's the water source? So this is really about how we find the source of water. Where is that nourishment coming from in our lives? So if I asked you, like, what's nourishing to you? The answer is going to be completely unique to each person I ask it to. But there's going to be some similar themes. And the themes that are similar, it's almost always about connection. We feel fulfilled. We feel like we're being nourished when we are acknowledged and told that we're special. We feel comforted with touch, being able to connect to like another human being, a puppy, a cat, something where we're taking care of something. Even if it's plants, like gardening, there's so much nourishment there. And no matter what someone tells me, if they're like, oh, I need to go be with my dog, or I wish I could go out with my friends, or I just want to read a book even, there's something often that's tactile about it. Like, you want to touch a book, you want to smell its pages, you want to feel like your cat purring on your lap, you want to like have your dog give you sloppy kisses on your face, you want to go outside and crunch in the mud, or you want to put your fingers in the dirt. There's something about doing. And it's about doing something for its own reward. Not because it's going to give you money, not because the boss told you to, not because you need to get in the car and go get the mail and all that other stuff. It's doing something with your body physically that is its own experience. Nothing has to come of it. It's just doing it feels kind of nice. Like, I'm going to tell a silly thing. One of the most fun and nourishing things that I've done for myself recently is to just decide that I need to like lay down on the floor and like roll on my back for some reason. Like, it just felt nice to be able to do that. And I don't know why it was so rewarding, but it does have in common. I'm doing it for no one but myself, just for the sheer delight and physical sensation of it, just to see like if I could reach a different rib or get to that spot on my neck, like between my shoulder blades, and see if that could feel different, to feel like what it might be like if I put my legs up against the wall and that felt kind of nice, and then to see what it was like if I moved them a little bit, and then to just like do the happy baby roll pose and be like, hee hee, this is so fun, and be silly. And I didn't do it with anyone else. I didn't do it for anyone else. It just felt nice. It was something different. Something about that also is that it's unusual. It gave me a chance to be delighted about something or to be curious about an experience that I don't normally have. So novelty, I think, is very nourishing. And I think it's something that we've been lacking a lot. Like, our days have become very similar, like particularly as so many of us work from home. Like, we get up, we're already at work, like we do the shit we have to do. We're at our desk. It's the same thing day in, day out. Just the only thing that changes is the light source, right? Like, it's outside, it's inside, the light's on, the light's off, same food, same delivery, same everything. And it feels like it's never going to change. So we have to change it. We have to do something different or it doesn't change. Refilling our cup really means, like, I don't know, giving ourselves anything else for our brain to chew on, something else for our body to go, oh, wow, that was cool. Like, haven't done that in a while. I want to go climb a tree. I haven't done that in years, but part of me really craves it. And I was like, oh, again, it's a tactile experience where I'm like, oh, I can be outside. Like, there's sunshine, there's air. It's like a living thing. And I want to grapple with it, and I want to laugh at myself when I realize that I don't know how, and I'm falling, and I don't know what's going on, but I want to push myself to do something different. That sounds like so much fun. So what kind of fun, cool thing do you want to do? Like, a lot of these, like, it's free to roll on the ground. Totally do it. I recommend. But climbing a tree, probably also free. Just find a tree and climb it. But some of it can be like, I just want to go out and meet up with my friends. I want to really enjoy, like, holding on to a cappuccino and smelling it, and then noticing, like, how my body shakes after I've had it because it's so much caffeine. Like, whatever it is, if it's something that you don't normally do, it's going to make you feel better than doing something that you always do. I think it's why we love vacations, right? Like, we want a vacation to break ourselves out of the routine. We are so desirous and in need of novelty. And we also would love to share it with our friends. Like, we're primates, we're monkeys. We want and need other beings to share in our life. We need that sense of community. We love to laugh. We want to share jokes. So where can we build that in? What can we do? Like, for me, even reading is like being connected to another being, another story. It's those relationships I can really get into my mind. I create them in my mind. I think it's why we love Netflix and watching movies. Like, we just want to immerse in that and feel connected to another story, to see another thing that could be possible, to just get away from our everyday. I think we all could use some of that. So, my friends, I am wishing for you a filling up of your cup, that annoying bitch of a cup, and finding that source of water. And what's funny? I almost want to say too, we feel like we have one well. I actually think we don't. I think, like, there's an infinite amount of sources of water, and if yours is dried up, like, don't worry, there's another one. Like, just, you have to move, though. You can't just stay where you are. You have to do something different to find that other water source. So it's just like drilling a new well or walking over to a new tap of water and being like, wait, does this one work? Why not? Why not? Like, give yourself options. There are many, many options to get that water flowing, and allow it to be silly, allow it to be easy. It doesn't have to be huge, or it could be huge. I mean, in your heart of hearts, what would feel the most amazing and the most freeing. And there is that sense of giddy happiness, like, I'm going to do the thing. Like, if you thought about booking a flight to another country and you feel that excitement well up, like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like, yeah, you want to do that. Why not? I want all of us to have incredible adventures this year and to just bring the joy of living back into our lives and share it with the whole freaking world. The world could use a lot of joy right now, and I want everyone to tap into something that just brings a smile to their face and just share it with someone else and let them share something that made them smile with you. Like, I just want to see that ripple through the world. And yeah, and if it makes you laugh, imagine me on my floor trying to do a laughing baby, getting, like, stuck and having the cat put her face right in my face and, like, sneeze on me. Just silly things happen when you're on the floor. I'm not often down there. So Do what you need to do. Find that smile, and I'm rooting for you from over here. I'll see you next week, and I hope you have a wonderful one until then. Thanks so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share it with someone you love, and leave us a review. You can learn more and get some self-compassion tips and tricks by visiting coachwithblaze.com, where you can sign up to get my free booklet on overcoming anxiety, overwhelm, exhaustion, and burnout. I'm sending you so much appreciation and love, and I'll see you next time.